is Rashak Channel and you guys are watching The Real V. Today's topic is very sensitive because I feel like it involves me and my community and how we're still living in the past even though we think we're moving forward. Today is May 8th, the day that Ahmaud Arbery was born. Now, he was a black African American man running through a neighborhood that a father and a son, white father and a son, and kill him. Now this is sad because this is the reality that our ancestors lived. This is the reality that we're living in now. And I fear that this will be the reality that our future will live in. And I apologize in advance if I don't say his name right. But apparently, it says here that on May 7th, 2020, the GBI arrested Gregory McMichael, age 64, and Travis McMichael, age 34, for the death of Ahmaud Arbery. They were both charged with murder and aggravated assault. The McMichaels were taken into custody and will be booked into the Glenn County Jail. So this is not the first time this has happened. This is not the second. It's not the third. And it's definitely not going to be the last time also. I just feel that our world is so sad if you don't get it. Like, it's really to the point where it's hopeless. This world needs God intervention. And we have a case here that happened in Los Angeles 3 days ago. And this cop is literally beating a black man, unharmed, non-combative, non-violent, but yet this cop is beating him to the pulp as if he was not human. This is the reality of the world that we live in. Now, 4 days ago, African Americans, a group of African Americans, were burying their loved one, and all they were doing was going with the dead one to the funeral or the burial place, and they were grieving. Now this is what happened. The cops pulled up on them. This was in the Bronx. Pulled up and started harassing, beating, assaulting, and causing a great scene to these people. But these people were grieving. Remember that they were grieving, and they were accused for not practicing social distancing. Now, I'm not saying that nobody should be practicing social distancing. This is what we need to do right now because the death rate that has been on the rise. There are more than 200,000 people that have died worldwide, and thousands of cases to rise every day. So yes, we need to practice social distancing, but these people were grieving, and I bring these people up because now let's go backwards to another scenario. So this one was 5 days ago, this scenario, and I don't know if you don't call this the definition of white privilege, but this was also in New York City. Do y'all see this? You see this, right? The police over here handing out masks to all these white people so they can, practice their social distancing so they won't be affected. This is the same New York City that I'm talking about. White officers handing out masks. So what happens to the social distancing that we were supposed to be practicing when these police officers were handing out masks to the white people? What happened to the justice that is supposed to be for everyone? If you gonna combat, if you gonna go on one group of race, then go on the other also. If you gonna discriminate on one person, Do you still call that justice? Because I don't see no justice in this world that we live in. This happened a few days ago. Now going back to Ahmaud Arbery. It is said that they have caught the father and the son that committed the murder. But that's not the first. Neither would it be the last. This is sad because this has happened history over history and over history again. Now we go back to the story of Emmett Till. Emmett Till was a 14-year-old boy that was accused of whistling at a white woman. And because of that, Brian and Millen went and abducted the boy. I call it abducted because they did not say, come here little boy, let's go outside, let's go and play. They abducted him. They kidnapped him. They beat him. They kicked him. They did all sort of evilness to him. And he was found on the shore. And guess what? These two white men were not found guilty of nothing. Rather, they were found innocent. But yet, if a black man was to do that to a white man, all hell break loose. Life sentence and life imprisonment. Accept it or not, that's the reality that we live in. Now let's go to the Chinese market. Many of you know that the Chinese market will be highly affected because if you have not noticed yet, almost everything that you buy, there's a lot of code written there, made in China. Even our groceries and so many products that we use are made in China. Why do I bring Chinese people into this? Because a few weeks ago, in China, African Americans and Africans in general were being maltreated and being labeled as the ones that brought coronavirus to China. Chinese people said the Africans were dirty, or this and that, la la la. But yet, they didn't take to heed or realize that they eat every little thing that crawls on the ground. Even the ones that say do not eat. What don't they eat? Do they not eat cockroach? Do they not eat rats? Do they not eat snakes? What don't they eat? And do you know where the coronavirus came from? Do you know how the coronavirus is caused? Now, I'm not saying that, oh, it's the food that Chinese people ate that brought coronavirus. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying stop blaming other people because something great happened to your country. Stop blaming other people because you're going to lose massive money. And losing massive money, here's another thing. You guys might want to stop shopping for meat and stuff at international markets and stuff like that. You might want to stop buying ground beef because this is what they're doing with their dead bodies. They're preparing it for people to eat it because of money. How much evil can people do because of money? How much evil? I am just like shook at another level that this is our society and this is what we're living with on a daily basis. Like, it's sad. It's really sad. And to be honest, I just spoke my truth. Chinese people were bothering people in Africa, and guess what happened? Africans back home also, they started maltreating Chinese people back in Africa, and knowing that their markets and everything will be affected, they claim to have stopped. But have they really stopped? Because quote unquote, the internet doesn't reveal everything. Everything can be hidden. We never know every truth. They're not revealing to us what's happening all over this world because some things are kept secret. Do y'all really think that the death rate and all of this thing is just all real? Trust me, in every little thing, there's always a hidden percentage that's never spoken. So Chinese people say that they'll stop maltreating people in China or whatever. But this is not the first time they've said that. They've done it before. They're still doing it now. But Africans are waking up now. My Africans out there, wake up. Open your eyes. You are not born to be slaves to anyone. You are born to dominate and be your own race. You have the resources, you have the oil, you have the food, you have natural gas, you have gold, you have silver, you have everything. All that these people are doing is going and taking it and bringing it to their countries and doing what they wish to do with it and making themselves higher. Africans, please just open our eyes and use our resources wisely. Black people in general, black people, please raise your heads high and stand high, because God is my protector. God is with us, and God will forever be with us. And that's on period. So many things are happening in the world right now and so many injustices, but it's really sad that this is the world that we live in. And I just had to come here and just let you guys know, like, it's just so sad that this is where we live in. And I don't know if YouTube might even let me keep this on YouTube, but I just had to say what I had to say. And I leave you with this verse of the day. 1 Thessalonians 5:17. Pray without ceasing, because the world really needs a prayer. Bye. The love of money is bringing our society so down, and our morals are just being dramatically and drastically demolished. I don't even have a word for it, but we just have no more ethical morals or moral, nothing at all. We're just like here on earth. But what is our purpose?